Chrissy Teigen apologizes for past bullying. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we'll see how Chrissy Teigen apologizes for her past bullying. In a mere interview with the Daily Beast, Courtney Stodden quotes, "She wouldn't just publicly tweet about wanting me to take a dirt nap, but she would probably DM me and tell me to kill myself. Things like, 'I can't wait for you to die,'" Stodden alleged of Teigen. Following Stodden's claims, resurfaced tweets written by Teigen led her to publicly apologize on Twitter. Not a lot of people are lucky enough to be held accountable for all their past bullshit in front of the entire world. "I'm mortified and sad at who I used to be." Following her admission, Teigen exited a guest voiceover role in the Netflix comedy Never Have I Ever and has remained silent on social media. "I know I've been quiet and Lord knows you don't want to hear about me, but I want you to know I've been sitting in a hole of deserved global punishment. The ultimate sit here and think, what have you done? Not a day, not a single moment have passed where I haven't felt the crushing weight of regret for the things I've said in the past," she wrote on Monday blog post shared on Medium. Of her awful tweets resurfacing, Teigen admitted, "As I look at them and understand the hurt they caused, I have to stop and wonder, how could I have done that?" Already having publicly apologized to Stodden, Teigen assured her there are more than just a few that she still needs to apologize to. "I'm in the process of privately reaching out to the people I insulted. It's like my own version of that show, My Name is Earl. I understand that they may not want to speak to me. I don't think I'd like you to speak to me, but if they do, I'm here and I will listen to what they have to say." While apologizing through sobs, she wrote. She continued to denounce her actions, writing, "There is simply no excuse for my past horrible tweets. My targets didn't deserve them. No one does. Many of them needed empathy, kindness, understanding, and support, not my meanness, masquerading as a kind of casual, edgy humor. I was a troll, full stop, and I am so sorry." Teigen also went a little further to offer some insight into who she was at the time those tweets were written and emphasized that she is not seeking or deserving any sympathy. She explained that when she first began using social media, she had fun with it and would normally make jokes and observations as well as snark at some celebrities. But what seemed to be just for laughs, she admitted, was not the case. "In reality, I was insecure, immature, and in a world where I thought I needed to impress strangers to be accepted." She also explained that she used Twitter to try to gain attention in what I at the time believed was crude, clever, harmless quip. "I thought it made me cool and relatable if I poked fun at celebrities," she wrote. Now being confronted with her past words, Teigen admits, "I cringe to my core. I'll honestly get sharp stabbing pains in my body randomly remembering my asshole past, and I deserve it. Words have consequences and there are real people behind the Twitter handles I went after." She proceeded to ponder the reasoning for her actions. "How could I not stop and think of that? Why did I think there was some invisible psycho celebrity formula that prevents anyone with more followers from experiencing pain? How did I not realize my words were cruel? What gave me the right to say these things?" She also questioned why she couldn't notice the red flags when people would approach her and say, "You're so much nicer in person." Despite emphasizing that there is no justification for her behavior and she is not a victim, Teigen noted she is no longer the person who wrote those horrible things. "I grew up, I got therapy, got married, had kids, got even more therapy and experienced loss and pain, got more therapy and experienced more life, and got more therapy," she wrote. "Life has made me more emphatic. I'm more understanding of what motivates trolling, the instant gratification that you get from lashing out and clapping back, throwing rocks at someone you think is invincible because they're famous. Also, I know now how it feels to be on the receiving end of incredible vitriol. Believe me, the irony of this is not lost on me." Going forward, Teigen expressed her goal to be so good that my kids will think this was all a fairy tale, not the fake good, and contribute more kindness and love to the world. "I've been on a path of self-improvement for the past decade and that path is going to continue," she promises. "I have so much love to give if you're open and willing to accept it, and if not, that's okay too. That's something I work on being more okay with every day. I know I let you down, but I hope I can make you proud." She also expressed her hope that everyone going forward can have patience and tolerance. "I ask that you allow me, as I promise to allow you, to own past mistakes and be allowed to seek self-improvement and change." Following Teigen's apology, fashion designer and former Project Runway contestant Michael Costello took to Instagram to detail how Teigen and her stylist Monica attempted to blacklist him from the fashion industry, which he says he still feels traumatized, depressed, and has thoughts of suicide. "For the past 7 years, I've lived with a deep, unhealed trauma," Costello wrote. admitting that he was hesitant to come forward out of fear of losing brand relationships and being blacklisted by the industry. THR has reached out to Teigen's rep for comment. He shared that in 2014, Teigen left a comment on his Instagram page in which she allegedly called him a racist following a photoshopped comment, which he writes has been proven to be false by Instagram and since taken down. She formed her own opinion on me based on a photoshopped comment floating around the internet, which has now been proven to be false by Instagram and since taken down. He adds that he reached out to Teigen to communicate that I was the victim of a vindictive cyber slander and that everything she thought I was is not who I am, but she told him that his career was over and that all my doors will be shut from there on. Costello goes on to claim that over the years that followed, he was pulled off jobs with no explanation, and he'd been informed by mutual friends and colleagues that Teigen and Rose had gone out of their way to threaten people and brands that if they were in any shape or form associated with me, they would not work with any of them. Despite pleading with Teigen and Rose to not believe the false narrative a former disgruntled employee cast, Costello states they wouldn't give him the time of day. He admits that as a result, he suffered from suicidal thoughts. I didn't see the point of living. There was no way I can ever escape from being the target of the powerful elites in Hollywood, who actually do have the powers to close doors within a single text. He wrote, he also shared screenshots of alleged messages from Teigen in which he wrote, "You'll get what's coming to you, and racist people like you deserve to suffer and die. As a result of what Chrissy Teigen did to me in 2014, I'm not okay. I may never be okay, but today I'm choosing to speak my truth," he wrote. Before you get to know more juicy things about the apology, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon.